Hey, I'm Matt, and this is my solution to the playoffs, the college football playoffs. Okay, I'm just some random guy from Oklahoma. I don't have any pull with anything. I even have to get permission in my house if I want to hang up a poster. I don't have to, but I do, because happy wife, happy life. So, here I go. Here's my solution to the playoff system in college football. For starters, no more 14 playoffs. Go to an 18 playoff. Okay? Go to an 18 playoff and give each Power 5 conference champion an automatic bid into the playoff if, and this is where it kind of gets into semantics. If they are, let's say, pick a number in the AP polls, or, combine whatever with the coaches poll and AP combined together. But if they, say, if they're in the top 25, or if they're in the top 15, pick a number. Just pick a number and stick to it. So let's just say, for sake of argument, this last year, the Power 5 champions were Clemson in the ACC, Georgia in the SEC, Ohio State in the Big Ten, OU in the Big 12, and then USC in the Pac-12. I'm not sure what USC's ranking was. I'm not sure. But in this argument, let's say they did not make the cut. So you're down to 4 teams. Okay, you're down to 4 teams. Okay. And then with that system being in place, each conference, Power 5 conference champion gets a automatic seat in the playoffs if they are over a certain ranking in the polls. Okay. So that gives us 4. That gives us Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. Okay? Then we need to pick 4 more teams. Okay, we need to pick 4 more teams to play in the championship game. Okay, I'd pick UCF. I would pick Alabama, so that puts us to 6. Sorry, I had to count on my other hand. That puts us to 6 teams. Okay. So UCF and Alabama, that puts us to 6 teams. Now this is where you really get into who deserves it. Okay? Do you think that Auburn deserves it? Because they lost. They beat Alabama and they lost to Georgia. I'm going to go ahead and say let's put Auburn in. Okay, let's put Auburn in. So that puts us to 7 teams. Now the 8th team, that's where it gets difficult. The 8th team, I don't think Miami kind of fell apart. Notre Dame kind of fell apart. Okay. Oh, let's see. I definitely don't think anyone from the Pac-12 deserves it. You could make an argument for TCU. Could. I'm not saying you should, but you could make an argument for TCU. I don't know. That's where it gets hard. Okay? But in this system, I would have 3 SEC teams in there. Okay? And let's just say it plays out, UCF versus Auburn in the playoffs, because we saw UCF beat Auburn. Okay? But I would want like a set-in-stone rule, kind of like you get an automatic bid if you're a Power 5 conference champion if you're over a certain ranking. That is a big one. That is a big one. Okay? And then so once you get those Power 5 conference champions in place, because I want more emphasis on winning your conference. I do. I want more emphasis on winning your conference. Okay? I think that winning your conference is a big deal, and I want more emphasis on it. Okay? So let's give those an automatic C if they're over a certain rank number in the polls. Pick 25 if you want. Pick 15. You know, that's fine. So, and then I love the idea of getting in one school from a non-Power 5 conference, you know, if they're undefeated. Okay? If and only if they're undefeated. I love that. Okay? I love that because everyone says, well, they didn't play anybody. Okay, well, you know how far in advance the schedules are made? OU already has their, I believe, 2022 schedule made for a non-conference. So back when Ohio State, I remember they announced this, that we were going to play Ohio State home and home. Home and home for Ohio State. We were going to play them, and I remember it was long before Urban Meyer got there. It was when Ohio State had kind of slipped off the national radar somewhat. So, you know, they had slipped down. So I think that is a great thing. I think that, yes, strength of schedule is very important, but you know how far in advance those schedules are made, okay? And, you know, a lot of, because they are still a Division I school, okay? But I think for a non-Power 5 team to get in there, they have to be undefeated, okay? They have to be undefeated. Just my personal belief. They have to be undefeated. Or let's just say undefeated. They have to be undefeated. Okay? Now, my system would give you a possibility of 5 of the Power 5 teams. Oh, there's a fire somewhere. Give you a possibility of 5, the Power 5 teams all getting an automatic bid into it. Possibility, because like the Pac-12 this year, I don't think USC was ranked that highly when they won the Pac-12. So that would eliminate them. But you'd have a possibility of 5 with 3 at-large bids. Now, you could have as many as 4 at-large bids, you know, if one of the conference championships do not make the ranking requirement. Now, this will put more emphasis on the regular season, because you can't just say, oh, we can skate through and win our conference. No, it'll put more emphasis on the regular season. It will put more emphasis on strength of schedule. Okay? It'll put more emphasis on all that stuff. Okay? It won't just be a popularity contest. Okay? In this way, you get 8 teams in. And I even got a way to not extend the season longer. Okay, you end the season, the normal spot it ends. The teams that played in the first round of the playoffs, Georgia, and Oklahoma, and then Alabama and Clemson, they had a month off? They had a month off. 2 weeks after the season ended, 2 weeks after the season ends, have the first round of the playoffs 2 weeks after the season ends. That gives you 2 weeks to prepare for the next game, or give them 3 weeks off. Okay, still have it on New Year's Day. That'll put it at around Christmas Eve. Okay, that'll put the games around Christmas Eve. Have them on Christmas Eve. Okay, have the games on Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve, or whatever, however it works out. Give them 3 weeks off, and then they play a game. They play the first round of the games. New Year's Day rolls around. They play the second round, which will be down to the 4 teams. And then from there, a week later, you play the national championship game. Does not extend the season time-wise. Okay, it does not extend the season time-wise. And plus, how many people would love to sit there and watch 4 playoff games on Christmas Eve? I mean, how many teams would love that? Or how many people would love that? You know, it would be amazing. Okay, they already have NBA games on Christmas Day, and it would bring more revenue to the NCAA. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Oh. This morning it was in the single digits. It was 6 degrees when Ronnie went to school this morning. Wind chill was below freezing. And it's in the low to mid 20s now. And I'm sweating my butt off. Of course, I'm also fat. But yeah, that's my solution. You would not extend the season time-wise any. Okay? You would still be wrapped up before the NFL playoffs start. And I personally would love to watch football on Christmas Eve. Okay, I would love to watch it. Or you could have 2 games on, the day before Christmas Eve, 2 games on Christmas Eve, and then have the 4 on New Year's Day. You could do that. Okay, and then have the 4 teams play on New Year's Day, and then the national champion will be the same time. I think a month off for these teams is just way too long. Okay, give them 3 weeks. Okay, give them 3 weeks, or give them 2 weeks. Okay, give them 3 weeks off, and then go week, a game, a week off, game, week off, national championship. Or you could give them 2 weeks off, games, 2 weeks off, semifinals, week off, national champion. I mean, you could do that. Feasibly, you could do that. Logistically, you could do that. So, and I definitely think that would open the field more. It'll eliminate a lot of the arguments about teams getting in that don't even play for their conference championship. Which I still, even though Alabama, hats off to Alabama, they went out and won the national championship. They went out and won the national championship. Now, the fact that they went out and won the national championship does not change in my mind that they should not have been in the playoffs, because they weren't even good enough to play for their conference title. Okay? The 8-team system would eliminate that. It would completely eliminate that. Okay? And with my 8 teams, Alabama would be in there along with Auburn and Georgia. Okay? They would be. The SEC is very, very top heavy. They are very, very top heavy. Okay? I would have put 3 teams from the SEC in my 8-team playoffs. Now, everyone says I'm an SEC hater. I'm not. Okay? My whole thing is they weren't good enough to play for a conference title. So how are they good enough to play for a national title? That's my thinking. But my 8-team playoffs would eliminate that. So that's my idea. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Please keep it civil. I am open to an intellectual conversation. But if you're just going to cuss and say stuff about my family, you're going to get blocked and the comment's going to get deleted. Okay? But if you have an intellectual comment and actually bring up points, that's fine. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I don't care if you agree with me or not. What I do care is engaging in intellectual conversation. I'm not going to sit there and, okay, for one thing, if you attack me personally instead of attacking my argument, to me that shows me that I won, because you cannot attack my argument. You can only attack me as a person. Okay, I know I'm fat. Trust me, I know I'm ugly. That's why I grew this beard. Anything that hides my face from society is a good thing. Okay, I grew this beard. I know I'm fat. I know I'm ugly. Yeah. So yeah, just keep it civil, And, you know, I don't care about trash talking. Trash talking is fun. It's part of sports. Trash talking is fun. There's people, like, I have relatives that are OSU fans, okay? I have relatives that are Oklahoma State fans, and when they awarded Oklahoma State with the 1945 national championship, I ordered a 1945 national championship shirt and had it sent to my my cousin's house, okay? I did that for him, you know, because, you know, even though him and I talk trash and make bets on the game, even though his wife won't let him make the bet of at our family reunion, the winner from the Bedlam game gets to shave the loser's head. His wife won't let us do that, but still, he has an OSU pickup truck he drives to the family reunion, and we'll go and take shoe polish on the windows and write OU and stuff like that. That's part of football. But when you get, you know, that's trash talk. That's fine, okay? And I work with OSU fans, and I do joke around when they make a mistake, and they go, "Oh man, I'm an idiot," and I go, "Well, proof of that's you're an Oklahoma State fan, because if you were smart, you'd be an OU fan." That's part of trash talk, okay? But don't attack the person as an individual. Don't go there. Don't attack the person's family. Don't get physical. Talking trash is fun, okay? But at the end of the day, we are all human beings. We are all sports fans, okay? And you know what? I am proud, or I'm happy for the Alabama fan base. How amazing y'all feel to have won the national championship, okay? Now, that's not going to stop me from talking trash, you know, because I have known, when I was in the Marine Corps, I knew a guy from Alabama. He was not the smartest guy in the world. He was a plumber at a zoo in Alabama, okay? We went to MOS school together, and we actually had duty assigned each night. It rotated, but we had to help him study, okay? He was not the smartest guy in the world, okay? Now, at the same time, I would have laid my life down to save that guy's life. It's part of being a Marine. That does not mean I hate the guy because he's from Alabama, but we would rag on him, okay? And people would rag on me being in Oklahoma. I mean, I was stationed at Camp Pendleton in Southern California whenever OU and USC were at the top of their game. You think trash wasn't talked then? And I had that OU tattoo on my arm. Oh my goodness, I got trash everywhere I went, okay? So, yeah. Let's talk trash and have fun, but let's keep it civil. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you have little tweaks, or share your ideas in the comments below. All right, so bye. Oh, I can't see anything.